Eagles fly high, reppin' the gang green. Podcast popping off every week, a new scene. All over the place, breaking down the scheme. From touchdowns to trash talk, living the dream.
Welcome to the Philly Gangrene Podcast, where we talk everything Philadelphia Eagles. We talk the good, the bad, and the ugly. So if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, this is the podcast for you. If you're a Philadelphia Eagles hater, this is the podcast for you. If you fall somewhere in between and can appreciate football, welcome to the podcast. Hope you're having a Philly Gangrene day. Hope you're having a Philly Gangrene day. Hope you're having a Philly Gangrene day. Let's get it. So the Eagles are flying high, 11-2. But let's be honest, that last game against the Panthers was not a pretty game. It wasn't Jalen's best game. It was an ugly game. Threw for under 100 yards. Really can't really win the Super Bowl playing like that. But the good news is we get a chance to make it right. When we play the Pittsburgh Steelers, we get a chance to make it right. There was a lot of noise this week. A lot of noise came out of the Eagles camp. Some would say it started when AJ was asked about, what was going on offensively or what he felt the deficiencies were. Check out what he said.
The offense needs to improve on passing. What are the conversations like with Jalen during a game like this, where maybe the passing game isn't everything you want it to be?
Not too much conversation, honestly. I don't know.
And after that, BG, listen, we love BG. Passionate guy. He wants to win. He chose to, give his opinion about the matter as well.
The person that's complaining need to be accountable. And I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he know this. I don't know the whole story, but I know that one is trying. And 11 could be a little better with how he respond to things. And they was friends before this. It's like, man, but things have changed. And I understand that because life happens. But it's the business side that we have to make sure that we don't let the personal get in the way of the business. And that's what we got to do better as right now, because we know it's an issue. Everybody's seeing some things, but we need to be able to talk things out as men. You know what I'm saying? But we need to let personal stuff go and let's get right for this game, because, man, it's like a lot of stuff, most of the time it's just a conversation that just need to be had, but the person with the problem got to want to talk to the person other than others. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So it's never really a good thing when matters inside the locker room spill out, the media get a hold of it. But BG did double back to clear it up, and AJ himself had a chance to reiterate some things.
AJ, obviously there's been a lot of talk, especially from Brandon Graham, about your relationship with Jalen. Do you just want to offer any clarity on what's going on there?
Yeah, BG is just being BG. He's emotional. In that case, he just misspoke. Me and Jalen are good. So it's BG. Everybody loves BG. He's speaking from the heart. He's just giving his perception on something from the outside. So.
But he's around you guys, all the time, though. Could you see where there might be a misperception based off of what he's...
I think that's what everybody. I think that's what the world did. They perceived what I said about passing and felt like it was an attack on Jalen, and I think that's what he did. Me and Jalen relationship is personal, so yeah, I can see that.
Have you spoken to Jalen?
Your relationship with Jalen right now?
Me and his relationship are good. So.
Have you spoken,
AJ?
Sorry to say that.
Does any of this impact you?
Not at all, man. We're trying to go out here and do our job each and every Sunday. It's no personal or business. Like I said, BG is just speaking, and he just kept speaking, and it's whatever.
When you mentioned passing, a lot of people obviously took that as a criticism on Jalen. What did you mean by passing?
When he asked the question what the offense can do better, obviously it's not running the ball. He's about to win MVP, like literally. So what other thing we do on offense? We have to pass the ball, and that can go into protection. That go picking up a block. That go to us getting open quicker, being on the same page. Jalen reads or whatever the case may be. It's a collect group of things, and I think they just kind of just spend it that way. And I said that for a reason. Honestly, because we went to the Super Bowl and lost. We tried again next year. It was 10 and whatever our record is, and it was a landslide. And here we go again. And it's something that we can correct right now while we have the opportunity. And that's why I was bringing the awareness of bringing it to everybody's attention. Like, it's something we can focus on. Like, we know we can run the ball. Saquon's doing a great job. Like, we're not against running the ball. We love Saquon. Ask him what I tell him at the end of the game. In the game. Like, do your job in the game. Like, so this is fine. I'm okay with being whatever bad guy I have to be for the city, the town, whatever the case may be, for my team to holding everybody accountable, be accountable, and to get better. So if I'm that guy, I would do that guy gladly. So
is it frustrating sometimes when it feels like there's outside narratives that are kind of infiltrating?
No, honestly, because we don't care. We're not in it for feelings. We're not in trying to hold everybody's hands. We're going out here trying to do a job, and we're holding everybody accountable. And so when I say passing, that's speaking on the entire offense, including myself. So we're not in it for feelings. We're trying to hold the Lombardi up and end a trophy. That's the end goal. So who cares if they want to spin it and perceive me to be a bad guy? I'm throwing somebody on the bus. Who cares? Like, it's about what we're trying to do at the end. So.
Brandon said he was going to apologize to you and Jalen. Have you talked to Brandon?
Yeah, I talked to both guys. I talked to both guys. I'm gonna keep that between us. So yeah.
Were you stunned when you heard it on Monday? Like, there's a problem, or what DJ had said? Were you stunned by the whole thing?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't know what was going on. I tried to laugh it off at first, but it's Philly, and I'm not blaming it on the media or the internet, but it's just Philly.
Nick said that he incorporated it into his team meeting in some way today. What did you take away from that?
I'm gonna keep that between us and the team. So yeah.
What was the passing? How was the passing? What do you guys need to do?
To go into detail, like last game, it was protection. It was picking up a block. It was maybe reads on Jalen's part. It was us getting open quicker, being where we need to be. It's a timing thing. It's not saying like the sky's falling with our passing game, but it's something to bring awareness to focus on it and to triple down and to get better in the moment that we have. I was a little frustrated. It's the Panthers. Not saying they're a bad football team, but we go out here and try to dominate, and that wasn't a dominant performance. We know the players we have in this locker room, and we talk about the things that we want to do, and that wasn't what we're capable of. And I'm not saying everything has to go perfect every single game, because we know it plays different every single time, but that's not what we talk about. And I only said what I said because it was like self-inflicted. If somebody making a play, kudos to them. They're in the NFL too, But if it's self-inflicted, definitely gonna speak up about it, and we're definitely gonna try to correct those mistakes and move forward.
Your last 4 or 5 weeks for the offense, you haven't thrown downfield quite as much. Is that part of your frustration?
Again, just trying to be on the same page, regardless of if it's down the field. We just want to be on the same page. So.
Nick has talked about the importance of finding joy in wins, even when you're not playing to the standard. How do you balance those things when you want more, but you still got to win?
I think, honestly, Nick may be talking to the guys that are new here. It's because of the guys that have been here. Like I said, we have faced those emotions of going to the Super Bowl and losing. Last season, it been a season that we're not proud of, and right now we have an opportunity to correct those things. So sometimes whenever we win, we're still not satisfied, and we can't be satisfied. We have to continue to keep growing and keep pushing forward. So for some of us, a win is a win, and we're trying to keep going. It's not too much joy into it. It's just we sacrificing our lives with this, and it's just like we're putting all our eggs in one basket and hoping it pay off. And it's not a good feeling when you get to the edge and you fall short. And we've done that twice, so we have an opportunity to fix everything and move forward. So.
AJ, do you feel like you're last year you didn't speak because you didn't want to say the wrong thing, and then this time you did speak and you didn't say a whole lot. But do you feel like sometimes you're just misunderstood, or
I'm not even gonna play the victim role? I said what I said for a reason, to bring that awareness. So like I said, that's why I said what I said. So regardless of if I'm misunderstood or however I'm perceived, that's fine.
Jalen did say about the slow start, saying maybe that's kind of who we are. What do you think you guys could do to correct that slow start?
I don't know. I really don't know. But we're definitely trying our best to put our best foot forward and to be efficient when we go on the field to start the game. To get the game rolling. So.
Thanks, guys.
And when Jalen was asked about it, In his presser, this is what he said.
How we doing?
Jalen, there's been a lot of talk this week about your relationship with AJ, obviously off of what Brandon Graham said. Just wonder if you want to offer any clarity on the situation.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Did you two talk after Brandon's comment?
We've spoken. I think in the end, Brandon, BG, we calling him Brandon. BG knows he spoke out of place, and he knows that. So.
What was your reaction when, I'm sure your phone started blowing up when that was going around? What was your reaction to it?
It's about the team in the end. I think overall, that's where my focus is. I think that's where everyone's focus is at heart and trying to do what's best for the team. Ultimately, everyone cares about the team's success. And so, whenever something happens, whatever it is, I look at myself first, because everything starts and ends with me. And I take great pride in what I do. I take great pride in the responsibilities that I have when I am to the city and to this team. And I challenge myself on that. I'm my best when I'm my biggest critic, and I have to continue to challenge myself on being critical on some things so I can be better. And in the end, everyone expresses themselves differently, and I respect that, and I accept how anyone shows up. But ultimately, I look at myself first, and I say, how can I be better? What do I need to do to be better? And ultimately play at the highest level I can play. That's what it takes to play complimentary football at its fullest. That's what the goal is. Everybody's coming in here. I just told the team, everybody dominate their box. Everyone, including myself. And that's what it's about. So I don't want to get lost in the sauce of everything else when the main thing is to come out here, go through prep, do what we need to do, and go out there and play.
Your relationship with AJ obviously predates your time together here. Is there ways that is a helpful thing for you? And on the flip side, are there tests kind of given the dynamics of quarterback, wide receiver, high pressure environment?
Yeah, I think, sometimes things change as dynamics change. But for him, he knows I had a lot of love for him, just like I got a lot of love for all these guys. And ultimately, he's a guy that's a competitor. He wants to win. He damn sure wants the ball, and he wants to make an impact in the game. And I respect that. And that's just like all of us.
Has the emphasis on cutting down on turnovers affected your ability to throw downfield?
No, I think from a macro view, macro perspective, you got to be able to saturate yourself in something to say this is who we are and this is what we're going to do. And I think things change as dynamics change, and the dynamic of our team has changed. We had a great addition in Saquon Barkley, and he's been able to impact his team in a tremendous way. And we've always been able to run the ball at a high level. He's taken that to the next level. It hasn't changed the main thing. Ultimately, we're looking at a piece of our game that we need to be better at. Being critical of ourselves, we need to be better at. But ultimately, we're still doing what we need to do. There's always this ongoing challenge in that. But ultimately, there's a different team every year, different dynamics every year. You have different coaches, different voices, and different visions. And so ultimately, you want to come together and try and find the best common ground to go out there and be successful for the team.
You ask yourself, or how can I be better? What can I do? What's the answer to those questions?
Yeah, just honestly, finding that rhythm. The rhythm thing is important, and I think that takes a collective group in how we approach things, what we do, how we attack people. Ultimately, knowing my job and doing my job, and so yeah.
What are those conversations like? You talk about needing to find a rhythm. What are the conversations like with Kellen and Nick to kind of help you be able to figure that out?
It's an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing thing. It's always, I've said it's always been a thing that you try and navigate. And I've said that since, I've said that I feel like I've said that every training camp. I've said that throughout every year because it's the truest thing is all of these things ongoing. And I know after the game, I was very pointed with my no to, we shouldn't be having to deal with this. That's because I've experienced it where we weren't dealing with that. And so that's my standard in the sense of great rhythm. This is what it was, but every team is different. We have different dynamics on this team, and everyone has to be willing to accept those challenges. And I accept those challenges. I accept the challenges that come
truly with the in continuity and everybody has a different vision and different voices, but ultimately it's about winning. And so I want to do everything I can to win. And when my opportunities are there, take advantage of them. And that's something that I'm very, very critical of myself on.
Do you think you've had to change your game somewhat since like the first 4 games of the season, to accommodate not only Saquon but like everything else?
I think our offense has changed tremendously from the first 4 games. So I'm a product of that because it starts and ends with me.
Jalen, as the offense has changed to be more run focused, is it difficult for you as a passer to be a little bit less a part of the offense than you're used to?
It's not any difficulty in winning when that's your main thing, and that's truly my main thing. I know there'll be, I know everybody sees the mic'd up clip of duty calls and all that, and I know there'll be moments where that moment comes. It's a matter of being equipped when that time comes, and that's what we're building confidence for. That's what we're striving for. No one cares how you get it done when you get it done, and that's it. So we just want to, it's like I feel like everything I say is stem from the whole standards versus winning and losing conversation that we had. I think you asked that question last year, but you have standards, but at the end of the day, when did winning not become the main thing? And so, just want to play at a high level. We all want to play at a high level, but we want to win. We want to win. That's the most important thing.
Watch the film. Do you think that you're holding the ball too long?
There are moments where I can get it out quicker. There are moments where I could definitely get it out quicker. And I think, that's just something that I own. I'll be better with it. In terms of all that with my role, I'll figure it out.
So you said that a couple times. You said that a couple times. This season, winning is the main thing, and obviously you guys are winning at a high level. So how does that sort of in concert with, it wasn't just AJ, you were frustrated, a number of players said they were frustrated, taking joy in that win versus that standard you always talk about. Is that important to try to find that?
That's all relative. It's all relative to the person and what you define as joy.
You've had other difficult patches in your career. I'm not saying this is because obviously you guys are winning, but you did mention a couple things about how the offense has changed and how does it affect you. How have you found it best for you to get out of that and get back to playing the way you play when you're at your best?
Like I said, I've submitted myself to whatever it takes to win. And so, you look at the course of the years and we've had, different conversations for who the most valuable player is and the recognition and whatever. And it's all about the team at the end of the day. But you see different areas, shining in different years. And so it's about the team. I don't care how it looks. It's kind of my game, and I think that's something that people have to accept, that it's going to look how Jalen Hurts wants it to look, but he's going to win.
It matters so much. The quarterback position matters so much. So it's not wrong for you to say that you need to be playing a certain level, or you need to be.
Oh, it's not.
Cater things to help you.
Oh no, it's not. It's not wrong to say that. I think from my vantage point, I put emphasis on the importance of winning and what that is. Definitely put an importance on what winning and what that is, but also as you grow and as you evolve, the longer you can saturate yourself in something, the more comfortable you can get in it. And so as everything ends and begins with the quarterback, myself, that's what it is. And so for where I am right now, I'm submitting myself to what we're doing, how we're approaching it, and trying to do what I can to win and play at a high level.
When you look at an expression that you've used in the past is that heaviness to head. In weeks when there's a lot of tension on that crown, so to speak, how do you handle that?
Those cleats I wore. A funny story. The cleats I wore versus the Rams. That's what they're called. Those are heavy is the head. It comes with it, and it's a privilege. So I tend to thrive in moments like this.
I was going to ask about the Steelers defense, and could this be a game where you're going to have to
Wise guy, huh?
where you're going to have to be equipped to maybe win the game, with the pass because of the
Yeah. Well, I think obviously they got a great player over there, in TJ Watt, and then Minka, all around safety, all around defensive back. The culture they have, you feel it. Their coach is amazing, and how he does what he does and leads, and it'll be a battle. It'll be a battle. Playing a division is definitely a challenge, and they got a lot of great teams, a lot of great talent, and we just have to be ready. Thank you, bro.
So again, the good, the Eagles are flying high, 11-2. The bad, the passing yards. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with this type of offensive performance. Under 100 yards is not good. Now, with his feet, he got about 60 yards. So offensively, he has to do better. He has to do better. And the reason, as a matter of fact, this week, a lot of analysts even showed on film how receivers were open and some looks that Jalen missed. It's like the receivers are open. Jalen's just not ripping the ball, getting it to them. He's not ripping the ball and getting it to them. I'm not sure what he sees. Not sure if it's the defensive reads, the protections. We're not sure what's going on, but we know he's capable of doing it because we remember Jalen 22. We remember he was getting the ball to receivers. The pass game was sharp. Pass game was quick. It seems like he's holding on to the ball too long. Now, when he gets the ball, either he scrambles out the pocket and kind of finds someone to get them the ball to, or he scrambles out the pocket, throws it out of bounds because he doesn't get it to the receiver, or he just takes the ball and, scrambles for a set of yards, or he takes the sack, unfortunately. These aren't the best options when you have such talent. Our receiving core is talented. He has to do better and get them the ball, but it's always ugly. It's never a good thing when locker room thoughts, situations, experience, whatever spills out into the media. That's never a good thing. Never a good thing. It doesn't help the team because win or lose this week against Pittsburgh, media is going to definitely go to AJ and say, hey, did you get the ball enough? What do you think about it? You happy you got the ball now, or did you run it? Come on. And it takes away from the joint team effort. So again, everyone has to do better because it's ugly when issues leave the locker room. These slow starts have to stop. We have to play a complete game. I'm looking forward to the Eagles playing a complete game from first quarter to fourth quarter. They're able to do that against the Steelers this week. If we get our head in the game, we can do that. Again, nothing to take it away from Steelers offense or defense. Mike Tomlin, we know he's going to have those guys ready. We know he's going to have those guys prepared. We too have to be prepared. Jalen got his worst passer game done for the year, knock on wood. That's his worst performance. Let's just do better from that. Simple as that. Let's just do better. That's what everybody wants to win. And let's get the win. Let's play a complete game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's go 12-2, and let's hope Detroit stumbles or something, because they go against the Bills this week. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching the Philly Gangrene Podcast. Remember to like and subscribe. Salute. TvchPoint out. See you next time.
Eagles fly high, reppin' the gang green. Podcast popping off every week, a new scene. All over the place, breaking down the scheme. From touchdowns to trash talk, living the dream. Mike's hot, stats on the prowl. Defense hitting strong, hear the crowd howl. We